this has been a really testful sail. When I left the archipelagos, I got some engine failures, and the engine starts to go down. I think it sounds like I'm losing 1 or 2 cylinders, so just going 1 or 2 cylinders instead of 3. So I wanted to only do about 1.5, 2 knots, and when the wind picked up, I just did about 1 knot. So I just struggled, and it started raining, and it starts flashing, and the lightning just struck about 50 meters from the boat or something. I'm just glad that all my instruments made it. So now I'm in the port in a guest harbor on Mikkelsöarna, and I'm gonna stay here overnight and just wait out the weather and wait until the rain stops. I'm gonna have a look at the engine and start fixing some things and see if that's the problem. So we will see tomorrow what happens. Hello! After a great weekend in the Finnish archipelagos, I decided to go home yesterday, but after some engine failures and some lightning and thunder and rain, I decided to stay overnight just on the far ends of the archipelagos in a place called Mikkelsöarna. To stay there overnight, and I tried to leave 9 o'clock this morning, and I look at the weather forecast, and it was supposed to be around 1.5 meter waves and nice wind, but it turns out to be a lot more. It's about 2.5, 3 meter waves and a great deal of wind. So I just have to have 50% of the Genoa out, and I don't even have the mainsail out, and we are heading for Umeå, and I'm gonna stay there overnight. It's interesting sailing between Finland and Sweden up here in the north. Over there you have Finland, you can see the islands, and over there you have Sweden. So you can see both countries when you are in the middle. It's good.
Through every wave and every gale, we've lived fully with many fails.
Good evening. I'm now at the port in Umeå. It's been a long trip. I also have engine failures, but today it was not that windy. Just had wind during the day, but in the evening when I started coming towards land, it was not that much wind. It was just like a small breeze, so it was no problem to go forward with the boat when I lost the engine power actually. But I'm now in the port and I'm just taking it easy. I'm gonna go to sleep, and tomorrow I'm gonna have a look at the boat, the engine, and doing some compression tests and looking at the fuel delivery and see what is the wrong with everything, if we have any dirt anywhere in the lines, or because in the diesel engines they are like depending on the diesel, not on the air, because in the normal car engine you're measuring and shutting off the air to get the RPMs, but in the diesel engine you have the lever on the diesel pump that is opening and closing and giving you more diesel and more RPMs, and less diesel and lower RPMs. So I will see what happens, because it sounds like I'm losing RPMs. It's like I'm driving and and suddenly the engine just go down from 2,500 RPMs to 1,500, then not 1,000, and stay there for many hours. We will see tomorrow. I will keep you updated. Hello. I have to leave my boat in Umeå to go home and pick up some tools and some spare parts to hopefully get it fixed so I can start traveling with it again. I have about 2 hours on a train home, but the things you do for your boat. If I can't fix the engine on the boat, I'm probably gonna have to switch it out. I don't know where to find the money to buy a new engine, and when I switch the engine, I might as well switch the sail drive because it's a really old one, and I think I have to have a little more modern for spare parts. So hopefully everything is gonna be okay. But I don't give up. My plan is to travel to the Mediterranean next year. Hello. Welcome from Umeå. I have now found the fault on the engine and I fixed it. It was actually a malfunction fuel pump on my boat. This one was supposed to be like a spring in it, and the spring was broken in two. But with some phone calls and with some help from friends, I managed to find a used fuel pump. So I took some pieces from this one and put in mine, because it's a gasket here that is very important, that is the right thickness in it. So I switched out the springs in my fuel pump and put it together, and I got it running, and now the boat is working. So tomorrow morning I'm sailing south towards the High Coast Bridge where I have my boat currently, and I'm going to be there for a few days, maybe a week, and stock up the boat with the last things I have to have with me, and then I'm going to leave for Karlskrona, or it's called Karlsborg, I think is the harbor where I'm going to stay over the winter, and hopefully next spring I'm going to leave for the Mediterranean. Hopefully, if everything works with this, I will manage to take myself down to Karlskrona, and down there I'm planning to switch out the engine, put in a Penta and another S drive, because this drive is old, and it's the anode is not sitting properly, the threads are damaged, so I'm going to switch out the whole drive for a more modern drive and a modern engine, and put it in the boat so it will be more reliable, because this engine will not work in the English Channel, because it's going to be currents and windy and stormy and everything, and I want to be sure that my engine is working properly. I don't trust this one, because the old guy that had this boat, he put a Kubota engine in this one. It's a Kubota engine, a 722 I think it's called, and it's a 3-cylinder engine, like 3, and I don't trust it. Everything is homemade, and the impeller pump is homemade. Everything is just tackled to place with special things and ideas. So I'm gonna switch it out for a Penta engine and get a more reliable engine. Or a jammer, you never know. It depends on what engine I get hold of, because I want an engine between 15 and 20 horsepower. This is, I don't know what it is, 4. Oh, maybe it's 15 and 17 on this one, but I would like to have between 15 and 20 penta. So hopefully I'm gonna get it if I get manage to raise the money for it, because it's not cheap to buy an engine and S-drive. So we will see. We will see you on the sale tomorrow. Good night.
Sailing free, living what we
Engine
believe,
problems again.
no regrets,
But this time it
as
was
the
the fan
open
belt.
seas we
I have
endless skies,
it's
every
just
sailor's
pieces
dream, journeying far
inside
as it seems. Together we
narrow
brave the deepest blue,
passage.
following
So
dreams that see
what do you
us
do?
through. Every sunset, a fresh canvas to paint, no room for what ifs.